Hi there guys, I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech and this is a very quick unboxing and some initial impressions of the Asus ZenFone Max M1. Now this is the box of the new Asus M1. Well, that's the name I've used for the Asus ZenFone Max Pro M1. And now the company is back with another phone with very similar name with just the Pro removed. Now on the box, this phone is priced at 9,599 rupees and the specifications aren't very complete. So I'll just give you the information that's available on the box. I'll let you know all the information in the description once the phone is released. Now this phone will be competing directly against the Redmi 6, so it should be priced around 8,000 rupees and it comes with a Snapdragon 430 processor, which I think is not great, pretty decent for the price. Now on the box it just says ZenFone Max M1, there's no Asus branding on the front either, and at the bottom it says 4G VoLTE. On the left and right side it says we love photo, so the cameras on this phone should be better, or at least better than the Redmi 6. Now finally on the back we have the regular stuff, specifications, IMEI numbers, pricing and so on. Interestingly it says made in Indonesia. This is the first time I'm looking the made in tag for an Asus phone, and even the previous Asus phones, the Asus M1 and the 6GB RAM variant of Asus M1 are supposedly made in Indonesia. So they're not made in India. If you have a thing for that, there you go. Now without any further ado, let's just get on with the unboxing. Now I don't know exactly how many colors this phone is available in, but it should be available in black and gold, and we have the gold color. So for some reason there was no seal on the box they gave me. This is a review unit by the way. So inside it says we love photo once again. So let me just remove that. This probably has a case and some documentation. So here's the SIM card ejector. Next we have some IMEI number stickers and some documentation. There's no free case inside this box. I was really hoping for that. Next we have the Asus ZenFone Max M1. This is the phone. I'll come back to it in a minute. Let's see what else it has. Next we have the regular stuff, a micro USB charging cable, and let's check the power output of this power adapter. So guys, this is a regular Asus power adapter with a maximum output of 10 watts. So that's the maximum output. This is a regular power adapter, no fast charging. Well, I'm really not expecting it at that price. And that is all we get inside the box. There are no free earphones, like always with most of the online exclusive phones. Now let's come back to the phone. So guys, this is a phone. Let me just peel the sticker off. Well, it just feels pretty nice, removing the sticker. So guys, this is the Asus M1 without any stickers. This is the gold color, but it doesn't look all that goldish. It has a shine, like a goldish shine, but doesn't look like your regular gold color phone. Now this is how the phone looks on the front. Now let's have a quick physical overview and then check out the specs. Now this phone is a complete plastic build from top to bottom. There's no metal at all. And on the back it has a metallic paint job done to it with a nice matte finish. So it looks as if it's made of metal, but it's actually plastic. Now one thing I really like instinctively is the placement of the fingerprint scanner. Now to make it a bit more symmetric, they could have placed the fingerprint scanner slightly below, but because of its position right now, it's much more easily accessible using the index finger. Now this is a very nice attention to detail. I really appreciate Asus for looking into that smaller details. Now coming to the physical overview, at the top it is a 13 megapixel camera with f2.0 aperture. That's followed by a single LED flash, fingerprint scanner on the right side. That's followed by the Asus branding, and at the bottom it is completely plain. Now on the front it is a 5.5-inch IPS display with HD plus resolution covered by a 2.5D curved glass. Now above the display it has an 8 megapixel front facing camera, earpiece and some sensors. At the bottom it is completely plain, but the chin is pretty huge. Now on the right side it has a power and volume buttons made of plastic. They are sufficiently elevated and have a nice clicky feel to them. I am already liking these buttons, and the power button also has a nice texture to it. Now on the left side it has a secondary microphone for noise cancellation. That's a very unique place to put it. That's followed by a SIM card tray that houses 2 nano SIM slots along with a dedicated SD card slot. At the top it has just the 3.5mm audio jack, and at the bottom it has 2 speaker grills just to make it a symmetric design. One has a speaker and another one has a microphone, and at the center it has a micro USB charging port. Now coming to the rest of the specifications, under the hood this phone sports a Snapdragon 430 processor with Adreno 505 GPU with a 4000 mAh battery. Now these are the only specifications that were available on the backside of the phone. I'll let you know the rest of the specifications in the description below once the phone has officially launched. Now let's turn on the phone and set it up and see what we get right out of the box. So guys, this is how the phone looks once we turn it on. Now this is just like the Google launcher. You can swipe up for the app drawer, and these are all the apps that come pre-installed. Just from a first look, it looks like it's completely empty. There are no applications, but In this folders, they have quite a few applications. Well, there are just Google applications and Asus applications, not a lot of bloatware. That's a pretty good thing. Now, once I connected to the Wi-Fi, it automatically downloaded 4 applications. That's still not a huge amount. So on the whole, it's pretty much bloatware free. 1 or 2 years ago, all the Asus phones had a ton of bloatware, and compared to that, this one is pretty clean. And just like the Google launcher, you can swipe right, that's to go to the left side. You also get the Google feed, which is pretty convenient. Now let's check the amount of free RAM and storage that we get right out of the box. Now I forgot to mention, this phone comes with 3 GB of RAM and 32 GB of storage. So out of that 32 GB of storage, you get about 23.11 GB of free space for your user apps and user data. Now out of that 3 GB of RAM, this phone has about 1.6 GB of free RAM right out of the box. Now that's pretty good. Now this is the about page, and this phone is running a skinned version of Android called ZenUI, and it is based on Android version 8.0.0 that is kinda old, and it has the August security patch. So that's kinda okay. Now this is the Asus ZenFone Max Pro M1 priced at 11,000 rupees for 3 GB and 32 GB of storage. Also comes with Snapdragon 636. Now this phone came with ZenUI, but it was completely empty, like it was like pure stock Android. But this phone in front of us, Asus ZenFone Max M1, has ZenUI and it's loaded with a lot of features. That's what, if you want to call it. So the UI on both these phones is completely different, and you get a completely different experience with this phone. Now I'll be making the video on best features for this phone as well, so check that out to see all the features offered by this phone. Now this is the interface for the rear camera, and it looks completely different from what we have seen on this M1. Personally, I like this interface over the one we have seen on this phone. Anyway, this is how it looks like, and let's see what all it offers. You get auto HDR. It just has 4 modes: beauty mode, panorama, time lapse, and the auto mode. Now at the top it has all these toggles. First one is for settings, which we'll look in a minute. Next one is for HDR. There is no auto HDR, so that's kind of bad. Next we have the aspect ratio, followed by portrait mode. Now this phone only has a single camera, but it probably uses AI to take portrait shots using the rear camera. Obviously edge detection won't be perfect, it's kind of manageable. Next we have a timer to take a picture, and that's all we get for the rear camera. Now here we have the button for recording video, and over here we have all the filters and effects, beauty mode. Now with this particular interface, you can swipe up the shutter button and it will take a picture after that many seconds. Now it is not super fancy, but something pretty convenient, I say. Now that's the beauty mode. Now this is the interface for the front facing camera. Once again, we have the same toggles for HDR, aspect ratio, and portrait mode. So to take portrait selfies, enable this particular toggle over there, and you can already see the blurred effect. Now let's go to the settings. Now this phone can record video in Full HD resolution. There's no setting for electronic image stabilization. So let's see if it has electronic image stabilization. So it seems like there is no electronic image stabilization. So guys, this is the camera interface for the Asus ZenFone Max M1. Now these are some sample pictures taken using the front and rear cameras. Now this phone obviously has the fingerprint scanner and also comes with face unlock. So let's test those two things now. First, fingerprint scanner. So guys, fingerprint scanner is kind of slow, and like it takes like half a second or probably a second to unlock. For the price, I say I have no complaints, and it's pretty accurate as well. Now coming to face unlock, I've already set it up, so here we go. And it unlocks. It probably takes like 2 seconds, which is kind of okay once again for the price. Lock screen, unlock. Now I'll be turning off all the lights. There are some small LED lights. Now let's test in low lighting conditions. And it still works. It's probably taking like 2 to 3 seconds, but it is still working in low lighting conditions. So guys, fingerprint scanner and face unlock are working without any issues, and they are pretty much usable. They are slow, like 2 to 3 seconds, but that's completely manageable. Now let's test the speaker loudness. So guys, this phone has the speaker on the right side, under the right grill, like most of the phones. Now that's maximum volume. So guys, I think the speaker on this phone is sufficiently loud for media consumption, ringtones and alarms, and it is sufficiently loud as I've said. So let's just give me a second to see if there is any audio enhancement, like usually Asus phones come with that. So it has an audio wizard, it probably has an equalizer setting going on. So you get all these modes, movie, games, voice, outdoor and smart to improve the audio experience on the speaker and probably on the headset. Now before I conclude, these are the benchmark scores. So guys, this is the new Asus ZenFone Max M1. What do you think about this phone? Do you like it, love it, hate it? Do let me know by commenting below this video, and if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. I'll be posting the gaming review, camera review and as well as the complete review in few days. So stay tuned to us by subscribing to our channel, and if you're planning to buy this phone, use the link in the description. It always helps the channel. If you want us to make any specific video, tweet out to us with the hashtag #AskGreedyTech on Twitter and I'll try to make it as soon as possible. I'm Nikhil from GreedyTech signing off. Have a nice day.